What up, YouTube? I'm taking on the Ultimate Fitness Challenge. I'm using every single machine in one workout. Pray for me. Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. I'm going to do a 10-minute warm-up. I'm gonna spend 1 minute each on each piece of cardio equipment and give you some tips on why that piece of equipment is good or not so good. Then I'm gonna go into my actual workout. Then I'm going to my workout and picking the machine that's gonna give me the best bang for my buck for that muscle group. So let's start the cardio. Okay, first things first, I'm starting off on the Stair Master. The Stair Master differs from the Stepper. The Stair Master is basically, or Stair Mill, is basically like walking up stairs. The Stepper is like the paddle one, which I'll be doing because it's one of my favorite. I love this kind of cardio. It's my favorite because it's gonna give me the most amount of weight-bearing movement, meaning when I'm stepping on this, my entire weight is involved with this exercise. When you're doing cardio, your zone 2 cardio should basically be enough that you can actually talk. Right? So the speed I'm going to right now is a good enough amount of speed for me to get my heart rate up, have a conversation with the person next to you. So Jacob ladder is another piece of equipment that's very weight bearing, meaning like the entire body is involved with this exercise. I could do it like this, or I can literally crawl like this as well too. Now, not gonna be my favorite piece to use, but if you're daring to use it, go right ahead. I got a minute, it's only been 10 seconds. So it says max heart rate for age 40 is 180. Anaerobic zone is 150. Aerobic zone is 126. Fat zone is 108. And a warm-up zone is 90. Well, let's see what good old Apple Watch is saying. We're at 55 seconds. 77 beats per minute, not a chance. All right, there you go, 130. All right, next, good old elliptical. Now back to the whole zone 2 cardio thing. Basically, your zone 2 cardio should be 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. So your max heart rate basically is super easy. 220 minus your age. That's your max heart rate. And then 60 to 70% of that will be your zone 2 cardio, your fat burning zone. So some good tips when you're doing cardio is, if you can, do the cardio the longest you can and not break it up as much. The first 10 minutes of cardio, you'll be burning glycogen. And then after that, we start really dipping into our fat stores. So the more consistent you are in one session of cardio, the more fat you're gonna burn. Now we're on the traditional treadmill. Everybody's favorite and everybody's most hated. I don't know why, because it's super basic. We walk all the damn time. It's super easy, but everyone's like, oh, I don't want to do cardio. It's too boring, it's too monotonous. Guess what? You guys watch this video right now have wasted a lot of time. I want you to go on your phone and look up your screen time and see how much time you wasted. Here's a tip for you. Find out the time that is, and then start wasting time on the damn treadmill. That's how you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can waste time while losing fat. When you're doing cardio on your treadmill, the higher you have the incline, the more calories you're gonna burn. So for every percentage or every incline is a percent more of calories you burn. So it's like 1% more, 5% more, or 15% more calories you will burn at the rate you're on. And a nice easy pace like this is all you gotta do to burn fat. All right, the good old ergonomic bike. This is the kind of machine that guys like my age go on. Those old past athletes that got knee issues and want to get into something that's a little less bang on the knees. The only problem with this machine is it's not as weight bearing as the others, which means that half my body isn't doing much. And though it is still going to be beneficial for those who can't get on the other machines they're on, the problem with this is keeping up enough tempo to burn more fat. You're going to burn marginally less calories on this than you would actually walking. Reason being is simply going by your heart rate isn't enough. Because for somebody pedaling and the lactic acid buildup into your quads will be enough to send your heart rate skyrocketing, but not enough to actually put the wattage up to burn that much more calories. So if you're gonna be on a bike like this, make sure it has something like wattage. And the wattage from there, try to do 150 watts. 150 watts times 3.6 equals the hour will give you the estimated amount of calories or wattage burn within that hour or the time you're doing it. Now, if any of you guys know me, followed me for a long time, you know this is my baby. I'll put on some music and I'll step to the beat. 120 beats per minute, I'm just killing it. So great machine to use. Another weight bearing machine. Again, some things to make sure we don't want to do is this. You're leaning like this. We're not getting that much calories. We're not burning that many calories because we're basically holding ourselves up. So do yourself a favor. Try to hold on to this and keep yourself upright. And if you're gonna lean, almost do like intervals. Hold it here for a bit, catch your breath, and get yourself back up. Or if you're daring, you can just get like this and keep moving our hands. Now, for me, I don't hardly ever do calves. Why? Well, look at my feet. I'm on my toes this entire time. I'm killing 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm getting my cardio in and my calf raises. Every step is a mini calf raise. Try a machine like this or try the other ones. Whatever one you like the most or hate the least, that's the one I think you should stick to. The Air Runner, to me, is a pretty advanced machine because it solely relies on you to create the movement. So I can walk further back and this thing kind of slows down, or if I walk closer up, then it goes faster. And I can run as well too. If you get a good pace, and it actually feels like you're outside running. Maybe put some headphones on, maybe watch something on your phone that looks like you're running outside. But either way, this is a great machine to use for cardio. This guy here is gonna do what your regular bike isn't. It's gonna involve your upper body. So you gotta make this thing go with your feet and your hands. Now, if you wanna have a little bit of break and take your hands off and be like, oh my God, my arms, guess what? Your legs are now getting tired. So you're gonna stick to the hands and the feet and get your work in. The biggest thing about this is, don't think that you have to come on one of these machines and then just go all out like you're a UFC fighter. Just take your time. Find a good pace, a zone 2 cardio pace, check your watch, see your heart rate's at, and just take your time with it. Find that nice, easy pace where you can talk like I am. Now, I'm a snowboarder, so I ain't never gonna be doing this. But there's some people that love this machine, and it's still pretty good. It's gonna help us warm our body up, get our lats engaged, our shoulders, our glutes. Then again, it's all about just finding a pace. We don't have to go crazy. I'm not trying to win a race. I'm just trying to get our heart rate moving, get our body warm, so when we start a workout, we're completely warm. And trust me, after that Jacob's ladder, I've already been warm. We're gonna start this workout like everybody starts their week. Chest. I'm gonna use the machine that's gonna give me the best bang for my buck in terms of full stretch, full contraction, progressive overload, and targeting the muscle that I need to be worked the most. And that's gonna be the hammer strength incline chest press. Let's go. All right, each exercise I'm doing a set of 10 to 15 reps, 1 warm-up set to start, and then I'm taking the set close to failure, like 1 rep to failure. Start now. I know how much I can do, get a nice warm-up. I even put a pad on my back to get a better stretch. All right, that's the warm up. We're gonna tack on another plate. Now, the reason why I picked this machine is because we're in an upright vertical position. We're gonna get a ton of leverage. The cue I always like to give, or the analogy, is pretend you're putting yourself back. And we can do just that in this machine. And then because it's a machine, we have the unilateral moving handles, so we can get a great deep stretch. And if you can't get a deep stretch, you can put something behind your back like this to make the stretch even better. If I get 10, great. If I can't get more than 10, great. If I get more than 10, great. Either way, it's time to go. I don't know right away if I can't do 10 or not. I'm not doing 10. So if you do overshoot your weight or overestimate, then do like a rest pause and finish your rep. do partials and finish your set. And then reassess your next set, drop it a bit, and then go from there. I'm already warm. I'm gonna take this guy, getting 10 to 15 reps. Favorite exercise for me, gonna be a lat pull down, supinated. I feel like I get a lot more activation. I'm getting a great stretch and full contraction. Let's go. All right, put this pad down right to your knees so they're nice and snug. Push your toes to the ground for more leverage. Keep your chest up. Nice big stretch. Pull, controlling the weight up. The reasoning for me picking these exercises, one, like I said, is gonna give me the greatest overall stimulus through the entire range of motion. There are movements that I can easily progress with overload. And most importantly, I love these ones. I get excited to go do that exercise. Let's move to the next one. We got shoulders next. And what better exercise to do? The good old Atlantis lateral raise. Back is warm. Chest is warm. My shoulders are warm from the daggone air assault bike. So what's left to do is pick a weight, rep this thing downtown, reps till the town comes home. What? So we're gonna make the most out of this. Chest up. I'm gonna pull this thing all the way up. Right above here, we're not gonna go all the way to here. We're just gonna bring it right to here and control it down. Right from the bottom. Even doing like one set of each exercise, it's considerably hard. Partly, I would say mainly, because I'm keeping my technique completely and utterly as perfect as I possibly can, which is gonna make every exercise that much more efficient, which is gonna make the exercise hard. We're almost done upper body. We got forearms, biceps, and triceps next. I picked this machine because it's one of my favorite to use. It's a classic. I'm gonna get a crazy amount of stretch. I can load it well, and I can really put myself in this machine to create a lot of leverage so I can be efficient on here. Saw a ghost. Wow. Taking about a minute, take these plates off, a minute to go to the next exercise. Now when I choose a bicep exercise, I'm gonna look for the exercise that's gonna give me an absolutely amazing stretch. And when it comes down to it, preacher curl is my favorite bicep exercise to do. Now I'm sure there's other exercises out there that are gonna give me an unbelievable stretch and contraction, but for me, it's gonna be a combination of the stretch and contraction, and mainly, I just love this exercise. When you're setting this thing up, make sure that your seat is high enough so we can make sure our armpits are basically right at the top of the preacher pad. And then keeping your shoulders above your biceps, meaning you don't want your shoulders wrenching forward when you pull. So letting it stretch over the bottom, pulling over the top, and then nice stretch. What's really cool about this old school preacher is it has these little arm rails. So when you're really trying to pull, the arms really want to flare out because your body's gonna take the easiest road. So it's gonna want to flare out to make it easier to pull in. And this keeps your arms right in. So when you're trying to pull and you're pulling out, you get more leverage from here and from here. One more exercise to go. Funny thing is this gym has a forearm machine. And it just so happens to be an Atlantis brand. All right, this machine is like a forearm torture chamber. Q and Will Tennyson sexual innuendo now? I'm sure there's a bunch. Either way, we got a few options here. We got the wrist curl down here, where you can just curl up. We got the wind up, where I'm actually pulling the weight. And then we got the, this guy like this. And then, last but not least, we also have the gripper. So, wind this thing all the way up and wind it down. So, the trick is to keep your shoulders up and arms straight. So all you're doing is letting your forearms do the work. Time for a little cool down. For glutes, yeah, I could probably go over to the glute machine. But if I want to get my best bang for my buck, I'm gonna go over to this bad boy here. Why? I'm gonna get constant tension all the way down and full extension all the way up. Here we go. I'm better than I thought. Guess what? For this video, now I know a machine I can use and still enjoy my squats if I get a hip surgery. Can't forget your calves, the forearm of your legs. And I find one of the best things to do is do these either a leg press or a machine like this, because the machine is going to naturally just push you right into the great stretch position, then coming all the way up. A nice stretch. Very easy and effective way to train calves. Get in a leg press or a machine like this, let it push in the stretch, actively pull your toes up to increase the stretch, and try and get as high as you can on your toe, right back down. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I gotta make sure you guys are hydrated. You hydrated yet? Probably not. Check it out, I got answers for you. Guys, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off amino fast. Like what's amino fast? Guys, amino fast is gonna increase your overall performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve your hydration, and it's gonna prevent muscle cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, again, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off your next order of amino fast right now. Okay, back to the show. We got a cool ab machine. Now, a few things we can do, obviously, when it comes to abs, is anything where we're pulling our legs up and getting full flexion in the hip, or do something like this where you get full flexion of the spine. So this machine here, so let me do just that. So all the way from here, I'm gonna pull myself all the way down and stretch all the way down, blowing all the air out in every contraction, and all the way down, riding it slow into the stretch. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Core is not a muscle group you want to take to failure. Just make sure you're getting a great contraction each time, breathing out. Get a good pump, you'll feel it. Don't take it any further past that. If you do, you will regret it. And trust me, I have experience. Well, this gym doesn't have a stretching area, which is nuts. Oh, I mean, it has a stretching area, it doesn't have a stretching machine. It does have a cool rack and this agility box. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna stretch my body out. I'm gonna do a basic dead hang. First, I'm gonna let myself get up. Let's start on my tippy toes. Oh, and just hang, and then the reason why I have this box behind me is I'm gonna put my feet on the box and let my hips roll forward and let my spine decompress. That was fun, hope informative. I did all the exercises that I love to do that can give me the best overall stimulus, range of motion, progressive overload. I hope you guys got a good look at what each exercise like that looked for me, also with good form. So guys, take some of these cues, apply it to yourself. Take some of these tips in the cardio and pick the one you love the most or like or hate the least, and just apply it to your training, but just give it a try. But I definitely suggest you don't try and do an entire workout in one day. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep gym chasing. Peace.